2 games ahead. Nets versus Heat. Warriors versus Thunder. Let's get it.
Sub to the channel cause your boy's getting busy. Coming to your line from the west side of Sydney. We've got the free picks and the juice and the daily. It's all free, you don't even have to pay me.
Ladies and gentlemen, strap on up because it's about to get interesting in here. I've only got 2 picks for you. There's only 2 games. I didn't want to force it to try to get 4. But hopefully these 2 are absolute bangers. Quick recap from our last video. I shared 4 picks with you. One of those being a value play. Kyle Kuzma read up from 25 points, under 6.5 rebounds and 3 assists. Man, we were looking good, but he didn't play the last 6 minutes of the game, unfortunately. I think he finished on 22 or 23 points. So that was a close one, but no cigar. Mitchell Robinson, probably our best one of the day. He had 15 rebounds in that game up against Atlanta. Jeremy Grant, over 22.5 points. Pretty poor effort on his part. Started to score late in the 4th quarter, but given the blowout, didn't play many minutes. And Shaden Sharp, under 25.5 points and assists. That cashed very easily thanks to that blowout. That takes our season record to 22-18 on props. Almost 4 units in profit. Looking at our value plays, we're 39.5 units ahead. Overall, we've got a 40% return on investment. We're up 43 units so far. What are we? 3.5 weeks in. So things are looking pretty delightful. 2 picks. I got 1 pick from each game. Looking at someone from the Brooklyn Nets. Now, the Brooklyn Nets are missing a few players at the moment. Cam Thomas and Simmons on the injury list. Because of that, I like Michael Bridges. Over 8.5 rebounds and assists. Now, Bridges hasn't been shooting the ball very well this season, but he has been impressive covering this 8.5 rebounds and assist line in 8 out of 11 games. He's maintaining almost 10 per game this season. What stands out is his strong form against the Miami Heat. He's covered this in 4 of his last 5. 4 consecutive, really, with an average of 12 rebounds and assists per game against them. With Cam Thomas and Simmons on the injury list, the Nets are going to rely more on Bridges. We're expecting higher usage rate from him in this game. Considering the line for the game is only set at 4, Miami as favorites. I'm not overly concerned about a blowout occurring here, given the Brooklyn's strong form covering the spread. They're covering the spread extremely well this season, and they've got a great record playing up against Miami. They did beat them earlier this year as 7-point underdogs on the road. Let's see how Brooklyn goes. But I think they keep the game close, so there's not going to be a blowout here. Michael Bridges is going to get his minutes. He is going to get those opportunities. If the rebounds and assists line is not available for you, I'd probably encourage you over 4.5 rebounds. Bridges has been in great rebounding form so far this season. Don't sweat that Nick Claxton's back. I know he's played 3 games with Nick Claxton so far this season, but his rebound numbers are still quite strong. So we're locking Michael Bridges in this one. I was leaning Spencer Dinwiddie assist. I think he's either going to get 10 or he'll probably get 4. So I was like, not the safest pick in the world. So we're taking Michael Bridges here. You could look at Spencer as a bit of value. And our next pick, we're moving over to the OKC versus GSW game. We're taking Chet Holmgren over 2.5 assists. Now, this is plus money. You can get this for $2.40 on Bet365. I think it's $2.20 something on Sportsbet. Now, Chet Holmgren, not known as a facilitator. He's known for being long as fuck. He's known as being a budget Wemby. He can hit the 3 ball. He can put the ball on the floor. He can attack the rim. He's a great rim protector. He can rebound. Pretty versatile young player, and I think he's got a very promising future. So I like where OKC are at, and I like what Holmgren can do. We're not here to talk about him, his overall package. Let's talk about him as a facilitator. He's not known for this, but this pick does look pretty moist to me. 2.5 assists, so we're really looking for 3 assists. He's done that in 7 out of 11 games so far this season. He is averaging 2.6 per game, so he's either hitting this or he's not getting close. In a game against Golden State earlier this season, he did record 5 assists. Now, I wouldn't overreact to that and say 5 assists are on the cards again, because SGA was absent in that game. So everybody was piling on the assists. I think Jalen Williams had 8, Giddey had 6, Chet had 5. So their playmaking had to come from somewhere with SGA out. So I wouldn't be playing him for 5. SGA is playing in this game. However, Chet still covered this assist line in 6 out of 10 games so far this season with SGA in the lineup. What also makes this play a little bit arousing for me is that the Warriors allow the most assists to centers. They've actually, check this out, they've allowed nearly every single center they've played against this season to cover their assist line. The three centers who haven't, Nikola Jokic, Yusuf Nurkic, and Domantas Sabonis. Some of the best playmaking centers we've ever seen. They're the only three players who didn't cover their assist line, but you've got guys like Gobert or just these generic centers who are not known for passing have somehow covered their line. So it's a pretty interesting one. The other factor in this is that Draymond's out. 5-game suspension for putting Rudy Gobert in a chokehold, which is pretty fascinating. 2 minutes into the game, brawl breaks out, all from a little bit of jumper punching. But look, he is a key piece on their defense who's not going to be there. Looney's going to have to play bigger minutes. So you can probably see Kuminga getting some more time in the 4 or 5. Very interesting. Let me know what you think about that Draymond suspension, actually. Does he deserve 5 games for that? Some people would say that he was just helping out a mate, just defending Klay Thompson. So, yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. Drop it in the comment section. Does Draymond deserve 5 games for choking Rudy Gobert out? If you're looking at a value play, it's something I'm leaning on at the moment. Haven't placed the bet yet, but I'm not hating the idea of Chet Holmgren to get 15 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. On Bet365, I think that's $6.75 at the moment. Small sample size. Only played 11 games so far this season, but the Warriors going to be quite small in this game. And he obviously has a history of playing well. Steph Curry, I don't know if he's playing tomorrow, so someone else has got to throw these shots up. And if it's not Steph Curry, more likely to get rebounds, aren't you, Chet? So don't hate that one. Some other lines that I looked at, obviously SGA's points line's always at 30, 31. It's tough to bet on lines that high unless you know they're going to go absolutely mental. Prior to their most recent game, I saw a lot of people betting on SGA rebounds and assists. He actually fell just short of that most recently, so his streak came to an end, but that was streaking quite nicely. That's always something that you can look at too. Lou Dort, he went 6 from 6 from downtown in his last game against Golden State. Not sure if you want to play at him. Another interesting one, if you've got the balls or if you're a Golden State Warriors fan, you can look at Klay Thompson. So Klay Thompson's line in this game is 21.5 points. But if you look at his form so far this season, he hasn't gotten close to this at all. Not close. Hasn't even had a sniff of 20 points. So Klay Thompson's averaging 14.6 points per game this season. His lowest output, 14 points per game. And his highest output, his lowest output is 0 after he got ejected after 2 minutes against Minnesota. But if we exclude that, lowest output 14 and his highest is 19. Klay Thompson, someone who typically performs better at home than he does away. If we look at last season, for example, in the regular season, he averaged 22.6 points per game at home, and he averaged 18 points per game on the road. So he's definitely one to watch. Another reason being is that OKC, they don't defend shooting guards very well. They allow quite a few points to them. So if you're a fan of Klay Thompson or if you've got some faith in him, Klay Thompson to score some points could be some value there. Obviously, if Steph's going to be out, someone's got to shoot that ball. So that's an interesting one. But, you know, I particularly don't like Klay Thompson. I don't like his form. I don't like him. I was actually hoping Jaden McDaniels would put one on his chin, you know, but didn't happen. So I won't be touching that, but looking at the numbers in the matchup, Klay Thompson's not a bad play tomorrow. But other than that, look, all I've got is the 2 plays for you. If you are interested in seeing what else I get on, you can jump into the Discord, of course. More plays will be shared there. I think T is going to be sharing his plays in the next 30 minutes to an hour. So jump into his Telegram if you want to check that out. But look, we're rolling nicely. Only 2 games, some NFL tomorrow. Slow and steady wins the race. We're up 40-odd units so far this season. Looking to make it about 100, 150 would be nice, but let's see how we go. We got to get more value plays if we're going to chase that big number. But let me know in the comment section what you're tailing. Let me know which one hits, which one doesn't. Are you going to fade me? But also, let me know if there are other picks out there that I may have missed. There's obviously a lot of value on the board. Are there any unders? I might start looking into some unders for the rest of the night, see what else I can find. But I'll catch you in the next one. Best of luck. Like, subscribe, show your boy some love. I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao.
Sub to the channel cause your boy's getting busy. Coming to your line from the west side of Sydney. We've got the free picks and the juice on the daily. It's all free, you don't even have to pay me.